What's up, everybody? How we doing? My name is Vince, and welcome to the Real Era Music channel. Today, we're embarking off on a journey of music theory, okay? And we're starting off just talking about the basics, all right? So this is going to be the first part in a kind of a larger series where we're going to go through and talk about music theory and how it's structured, how it's built. But also, again, remember, it's music theory, right? Not instrument theory. So you can take any of these things that I'm talking about today and you can apply it to whatever instrument you want, all right? With that in mind, we have what is called, what I like to call the big three, all right? The big three is these three topics we're going to be talking about today, which is pitch, rhythm, and timing, okay? And those three things are pretty much what gets to be the beginning of the makeup of how we play music, right? Also, it helps with when we're reading music. Those are some of the first few things we look for, okay? So let's go off and talk about the first one, pitch, all right? So what is pitch, right? Not like pitching a baseball, all right? It's not that. It's not that. So pitch is in reference to frequency, right? Which is a different kind of what we refer to as a note. All right. So in Western music, and I say Western music because there's other systems of music that use different amount of notes. But in Western music, we typically have 12 notes total. Okay. And of those 12, we use 7 letters to describe those. All right. So of those 7 letters, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. All right. What happens after G? It just goes back to A, right? We don't have any H's or anything like that. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Those are our 7 letters. And then we can use modifiers to add to those pitches in order to get the other 5 notes that we're missing to make a total of 12. All right. So that is in detail what we call pitch. All right. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Going into category number 2, right? We're talking about rhythm. Now, rhythm is described in a bunch of different ways, but whenever I'm working with students, and of course, when we're looking at reading music and the symbols involved with how to read music, we talk about rhythm in the sense that it is basically how long are you going to hold a note, all right? So we have different symbols for you're going to hold a note for 1 beat, for 2 beats, for 4 beats, for half of a beat, for a fourth of a beat, right? So we have all these different denominations for rhythm. And again, when attached to pitch, those are the first 2 things, right? What note are you going to play? How long are you going to hold that note? All right. And then that takes us to our last category, number 3, which is timing. All right. And timing is exactly like it sounds. It's basically putting everything in succession in a very even and consistent manner so that way we can play something. Now, one thing I like to tell a lot of students, and again, this isn't for all music, but generally, music is played at a consistent timing. Okay, things don't generally speed up and slow down and speed up and slow down. Now, there are a lot of classical pieces that do that are notated in that kind of way, but just in general, we like to think that everything is done in a steady and consistent pattern. So what happens is we take and we figure out, okay, well, what note am I going to play? How long am I going to play that note? And then I'm going to put it in succession with everything else and all of the other notes in order to create music. Okay, so that concludes and that makes the big 3 of what we're talking about today. We have pitch, we have rhythm, we have timing, and those are going to be the big 3 I want you to be thinking about as you go into your day. Again, my name is Vince with Real Era Music. I'm not going to say all the catchwords that everybody normally says at the end of the video, but you know what to do. Appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you on the next one. Later.